Okay, the second item, Susie just has an informational update for the group on the summer program offerings.
So there's our brochure for summer, and then just to update, I just direct classes, looking at the second page of that, just shows the summer playground field trips, summer playground itself, we're looking at an average of 85 kids in here every day. Digital prime, big class, we've got, the list goes in a long order, obviously, but we're bringing in, I don't know, 500 or so kids here throughout the summer. And we added some Compass, which is up to 29 kids, which is very exciting. Judy Ketterhagen is rolling that out. Really exciting. The I Learn program, obviously. We added forensic scientists, cooking with math, which is exciting, with Debbie Mensch. So some fun classes, education classes. So a little bit of everything for lots of variety of kids. So that just shows the number of participants that are, as of today, just brought up numbers as of today, where the classes are, the dates they're all running. It started like through June, it runs through August. So we'll move for every week, every month, to the beginning of August, and then we kind of shut down and then get ready for school again.
Susie, are there any objections if we keep the front door open since childcare is on?
The front door open?
Yeah, because today being the first day, it was, quite a few people, which is good to see, but if the secretary or myself aren't up front, they're locked out and they're walking.
Well, I think we had tried to get it to just one entryway, rather than have the traffic down that hallway.
So leave them locked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Leave it locked and, Susie can put a sign in there, door B. I think they were all told that.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
To go over to the
That's right here.
Yeah.
Typically they ring the bell and then ring the signs. You get them to reverse that?
Yeah. Okay.
For
Put it over the bell.
Signs.
Cover the bell.
Just cover the bell.
Cover it on, lady.
Well, we had camp convention this week, and plus rec department, so literally there was hundreds of kids.
So that's my
here
next
today,
question.
with parents and strollers.
That's my next
Walking
question.
path.
The facilities themselves were never laid out for this rec department. The question is, should we have something that, either porta potties or something that gives you instant access? Because we don't want the building.
in the building.
Yeah, I'm talking all the outside, when you have all the stuff out there.
I do have.
There's one out back.
For sure. Yeah. What?
Fox River.
Yeah.
It's like football, soccer.
absolutely.
Yeah, there's one
We got one there right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's 2.
There's two. There's two.
Yeah.
That's a question. Should we look at where we have them and when we need them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, daytime's one thing. It's a day class and you start here and go outside and come back in. It's different if you're coming in on the weekends and you're saturated on Saturday mornings. You know?
Well, there's no more Saturday morning stuff.
Yeah, Saturdays are over, but during Saturday
Yeah.
soccer season,
They go to
fall
the-
season, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, they use the porta potties
Okay.
on Saturdays for sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they do.
They make it come back.
Didn't
Yes.
tip them over this year,
Yeah.
the first year.
I tried.
As long as they're not in there, we're good.
And the more you have, the
Coming-
more chances of
Little
them
update.
picking them up.
Coming as an action item then, in addition to the United Way partnership piece, because we're offering some academic pieces through the rec, there'll be a board approval of the academic program offerings. Because then we can claim summer school if we have enough kids. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
yep.
So that's just a little summary of water for recreation for right now. Thank you.
Great, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
The next item is the outdoor basketball court piece, and this is just a follow-up to our committee meeting last month about the basketball court between Fox River and this building, Evergreen. And the conversation or the question is can Fund 80, which is the community service / recreation fund a portion of that basketball court project or resurfacing, that type of thing. And after doing some checking with auditors and so on and so forth, the answer is actually no. Because we would need to do a time study to see how much the rec department actually uses it, and then only that portion would be able to be used. Does that make sense? So it's a general fund expense. So knowing that, the other piece that Ken probably needs an answer to sooner rather than later, even though there was consensus to do the basketball court piece, the vendor that was approved to take care of the Fox River parking in the back of the building, in the pathway along the side and all that type of stuff, was gonna actually use part of that basketball court, grind up and recycle basically the asphalt.
Use it for fill or treating.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And so the point was is that,
Is it base back there or what?
What was,
Pardon me?
Is it base
Yeah.
back there?
was that asphalt contractors that we ended up going with for that?
No.
Pave Tech.
Pave time.
Which is a local company.
Alright. But
That
then
was
asphalt
what, option two?
contractors was the cheapest on the,
Yeah, the prices
Basketball
kind of
court.
jumped all over
Right.
depending on the project.
Yeah,
But as far as the
the-
Fox River was concerned, yeah, Pave
Right.
Tech was the cheapest.
and then asphalt contractors were the 10,261 on the basketball court, I believe.
No, that's all part of Pave
That's all I
Tech.
have left.
The
They give us a
issue that
package.
comes into play with Pave Tech is if they do the basketball court, there's a $2,300 deduct because they won't have to truck fill in.
Fill,
They can
okay,
use
alright.
the reclaimed asphalt from the basketball court.
So then off the 10,007, we're taking 2,700 off.
I think that's how it's written.
Yeah, I got, this is the one that we got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that,
if the
that assumes,
basketball court is asphalt, they'll.
So then they would be the cheapest for that too then.
Correct.
but that assumes you're grinding it off.
Pardon?
That assumes you're grinding it off or chopping it off.
They were going to remove the whole thing.
Okay, so we're just getting rid of it completely.
Dan wasn't at the
No.
last meeting. just
No,
so you know.
yeah, the basketball court would be removed in its entirety.
Yes.
That would be ground up and used for fill on the other projects at Fox River, and then we would just replace one basketball court. Right now, there's two.
Yeah, there'll only be one.
Okay. Is it going to be utilized, other than rec department for a little bit?
that's, we had
Yeah.
that
Middle
question
school
last
uses it
time.
daily
They
for
said it was
recess.
used a lot.
2 recesses a day. But they only use one court. That's why we looked at doing away with one of the courts.
We also talked for many years now of putting in extra parking over there.
We've gained that along the backside of Fox River. That's where we're putting the extra parking.
And there was another issue, right?
With parking, we'd also have to do the driveways, we'd have to reinforce it a lot more, which would cost more money, so we decided not to at that time.
That would be kind of a traffic nightmare.
But we were hoping that, maybe the Lions Club or something could help pay for the blacktop behind Fox River there, since it'll be used for Balloon Fest. And
Not if they're
maybe they
paying
might wanna
for,
chip in.
not if they're paying for colorful signs on a path. Lion Club does make that kind of money.
Balloon Fest does.
So, what do we wanna do about the basketball court piece?
Well, the
Get
big
what
question
we-
we were left with was whether or not we could get money out of the rec department, and if we can.
It was consensus basically to do it, it just,
Yeah, it was just where we could get the money from.
Yeah, and it would be 8,000, I have,
How much is it?
The state answered our question.
it was 10,700 minus the 2,300 you said?
Correct.
Right?
So they'd be the cheapest one.
The
then,
8.2.
8.2,
I think you gotta put it back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously Darlene's using it.
Yeah.
Right
now it's getting pretty bad shape.
It's a rippled mess right now.
I walked up
it
there
is.
before and it's a disaster.
I'm surprised we haven't got people hurt already. while we're
Sprained
doing it.
ankles or something, or
Yes.
giant cracks and stuff.
It's been like that for the last few years. So.
Yeah, it's gotten considerably worse after this winter.
Oh,
Okay, so we're gonna put some new basketball nets with some chains on them and.
That-
There'll be new backstops.
That was gonna be my next question.
Yeah,
Because the equipment's pretty rough too.
Oh, those are the original backboards.
if I'm mistaken, we took down the bottom of those trees a few years earlier, got rid of most of the trees there, so it's visible.
yes, yes.
Speaking of which, on your next month's agenda, can you add, I'd like these other evergreens.
Be
cleaned
trimmed
like the
up a
other
little
ones,
bit?
yeah. The other ones, you can actually see somebody standing in between the evergreens. These, the old ones that are out there still,
And
They
just
wouldn't hide
in the
anywhere.
front here of Evergreen?
Yeah,
evergreen and, yeah, I think most
Well,
of
I mean,
them are-
along the road or just in this
Yeah,
inner
anyone that's
loop?
not cut from the bottom up.
I think it's the ones near the road mostly. You
Yeah.
got most of the other ones already, Ken. There might be a couple here, but
This
most
is
of
front
them.
of
The
Evergreen
center
mostly.
area hasn't been touched between the two drives.
Right.
Nor anything beyond the drive to the road
Right.
hasn't been touched.
I would
There
clean-
might be a couple that we've trimmed up just through dead,
Yeah.
but I mean, we
I would clean
haven't
them all
had
up
anybody
again.
come in and trim them up as we did those.
Yeah. Because the ones you cleaned up and, kind of weeded out are looking real nice now.
Makes it look a lot more uniform then too.
Alright, so the basketball court will come to
Yeah, I
board.
move to send that to the board.
Can I just ask on the basketball court, are you just resurfacing it, Ken, or are you?
No, only,
Okay, are you taking care of that water? I know you guys
There's a
divvied
new
out.
pathway, new
Okay.
basketball court, or new pathway on both ends on basketball court.
Okay, good, thank you.
2 hoops.
2 hoops, yeah, right.
Yeah, one
We
court.
just accumulate that water in that area.
How is it gonna be configured? There'll be a lot of extra space, just out of curiosity, with the extra space that'll be there.
Well, that,
There's
the
only
half
one.
that were not going to be replaced was one of the places we talked about putting the workout equipment.
Right.
Okay,
On that half.
in this proposed, doing it on the side here.
And now we
Yeah.
propose this, I mean, we could still do it there because we basically won't do anything with that area until a decision is made what we
Okay.
wanna do, because that area is somewhat lit already, just due to the fact that the one light on the east side of Fox River shines that way, and once we get the components to redo this light, that shines that way, so that area then
Okay.
becomes lit as far as the exercise equipment would be.
You have any power in that center island?
No.
Nothing. Not that we've been trench over there.
Well, I mean, that's a waste of money to trench over there when you've got the two lights already on the building that would light that area up sufficiently.
Is there any way that that equipment would be used by the middle school Phi Ed department? If it was placed over here by the basketball?
I'm sure they would.
You know what I mean? I can see with that many pieces, they could do, a minute station or 2-minute stations.
Maybe that's probably good.
Maybe instead of, when you come back with telling us if you fill in the culvert, and the equipment would go there, maybe that price versus just having it go back.
Oh, I'm sure to put it there would be
Right.
far cheaper
Oh,
than
yeah.
to do this.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But just having that,
Sure.
I think that's a big
The
question
options.
too, that's a good point, Kathy, is to ask, the schools, if they have the United Way thing, if they have the equipment, will the classes take advantage of that stuff? Will teachers take the kids out a lot in the summer and walk through it, and will the Phi Ed department use the equipment along the path, that type of thing?
I did talk to the Woodfield gym teacher, Evergreen teacher, and Fox River teacher. After school ended, they had a meeting over here at Evergreen, and I did show them the proposal and ask what, this is what I'm thinking, what do you guys think, and they actually mentioned, make sure it's a core, you're doing all the core muscles, obviously. We definitely use it. I don't know about Woodfield, it's too much to walk over here. By that time, their class is over, and they walk back. But for sure, Evergreen, Joel said absolutely, and definitely Fox River.
Yeah, and the bigger kids at Fox River would.
Same thing with Fox River, though, if you're right outside the door.
Yeah, absolutely. The only, again, pros and cons, again, to where to place these pieces of equipment is when the other people are working out, it's kind of nice to do a cardio run for 15 minutes or run the loop or whatever, and then stop, do 10 push-ups, pull-ups, whatever. That's how those pathways work.
That's what it's designed for.
That's what it's designed for. If you talk to someone in the industry of fitness, that's really how it's supposed to be. It's laid out, sporadically across a field, not just in this little, not just doing, one core muscles in a group like this,
Right.
in this location. But again, pros and cons. It's up to you guys. Both have great ideas and,
And just for your information, the court will be on the side closest to the building.
You're not gonna put lengthwise, full court?
Same way it is right now.
That side of the
I know you've got two
island.
No, they
that
run
were
north
this
and
way, then they
south.
got rid of that, and,
They run north
Yeah.
and south.
yeah, but you had two side by side, right?
Yeah, but there'll only be one now.
All right, so you can look at the,
Why don't you look at the
time. Anything else for either committee?
No.
So you're gonna come back with a proposal for layout,
Yeah, and what it costs,
next month, yep.
the court, and with whatever else you put there.
and to go ahead with the basketball court now.
But Chris, you don't see a problem,
So,
you don't see a problem with rec department paying for that equipment,
I do.
do you?
She's been checking on things.
I mean,
so.
I'm gonna check with them again, but as of this morning, you didn't want, if you were gonna go out that way, part of that isn't even on our property, right?
Right.
No, it's on high school.
High school.
They wouldn't look kindly on that if we're paying for it out of money that's, and it's not even on our property.
Yeah,
But this is a different scenario, so I'll have to check with them
yeah,
again.
okay.
Because I think you would have to offer classes,
Yes.
fitness classes regularly, even if they didn't go, but fitness classes.
Well, yeah, but if the high school or the junior high uses it more than the rec department, again, wouldn't fall into the,
Right.
It's a percentage piece.
yeah.
Well, then, I mean, it's just another reason why we,
Good closer.
when we look at it, do it closer here.
Yep. Good. Any other questions?
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thanks.
Have a good evening.
motion to adjourn?
Either way.
Second.
On that one?